dread in his chest. Not because he took the clothing as confirmation that Marie Gesto was dead. In his gut, he already knew that. Everybody knew it, even the parents who appeared on TV and pleaded for their daughter's safe return. It was the reason why the case had been taken from missing persons and reassigned to Hollywood homicide. It was her clothes that got to Bosch, the way they were folded so neatly. Did she do that? Or had it been the one who took her from this world? It was the little questions that always bothered him, filled the hollow inside with dread. After surveying the rest of the car through the glass, Bosch carefully worked his way out of the garage. "Anything?" Edgar asked again. "Her clothes, the riding equipment, maybe some groceries. There's a Mayfair at the bottom of Beechwood. She could have stopped on her way up to the stables." Edgar nodded. A new lead to check out, a place to look for witnesses. Bosch stepped out from beneath the overhead door and looked up at the high-tower apartments. It was a place unique to Hollywood, a conglomeration of apartments built into the extruded granite of the hills behind the Hollywood Bowl. They were of streamlined modern design, and all linked at the center by the slim structure that housed the elevator, the high tower from which the street and complex took its name. Bosch had lived in this neighborhood for a time while growing up. From his home on nearby Camrose, he could hear the orchestras practicing in the bowl on summer days. If he stood on the roof, he could see the fireworks on the 4th and at the close of the season. At night, he had seen the windows on the high tower glowing with light. He'd see the elevator pass in front of them on its way up, delivering another person home. He had thought as a boy that living in a place where you took an elevator home had to be the height of luxury. "Where's the manager?" he asked the patrol officer with 2 stripes on his sleeves. "He went back up. He said take the elevator to the top, and his place is the first one across the walkway." "Okay, we're going up. You wait here for SID and the OPG. Don't let the tow guys touch the car until forensics takes a look." "You got it." The elevator in the tower was a small cube that bounced with their weight as Edgar slid the door open and they stepped in. The door then automatically closed, and they had to slide an interior safety door closed as well. There were only 2 buttons, 1 and 2. Bosch pushed 2, and the car lurched upward. It was a small space, with enough room for 4 people at the most before everybody would start tasting each other's breath. "Tell you what," Edgar said. "Nobody in this place has a piano, that's for sure." "Brilliant deduction, Watson," Bosch said. On the top level, they pulled the doors open and stepped out onto a concrete runway that was suspended between the tower and the separate apartments built into the hillside. Bosch turned and looked past the tower to a view that took in almost all of Hollywood and had the mountain breeze to go with it. He looked up and saw a red-tailed hawk floating above the tower, as if watching them. "Here we go," Edgar said. Bosch turned to see his partner pointing to a short set of stairs that led to one of the apartment doors. There was a sign that said manager below a doorbell. The door was opened before they got to it by a thin man with a white beard. He introduced himself as Milano K., the manager of the apartment complex. After they badged him, Bosch and Edgar asked if they could see the vacant apartment to which the garage with the Honda in it was assigned. K led the way. They walked back past the tower to another runway that led to an apartment door. Kay started working a key into the door lock. "I know this place," Edgar said. "This complex and the elevator. It's been in the movies, right?" "That's right," Kay said. "Over the years." It stood to reason, Bosch thought. A place as unique as this could not escape the eye of the local industry. Kay opened the door and signaled Bosch and Edgar in first. The apartment was small and empty. There was a living room, kitchen with a small eat-in space, and a bedroom with an attached bathroom. No more than 400 square feet, and Bosch knew that with furniture it would look even smaller. But the view was what the place was about. A curving wall of windows looked out on the same view of Hollywood seen from the walkway to the tower. A glass door led to a porch that followed the curve of glass. Bosch stepped out and saw the view was expanded out here. He could see the towers of downtown through the smog. He knew the view would be best at night. "How long has this apartment been vacant?" he asked.